will get some answers quickly. Well, an emotional plea from the Jacksonville mother accused of fatally shooting her 14-year-old daughter. Amanda Guthrie was in court today asking to be released on bond. She bonded out after her initial arrest when her daughter was still in critical condition. She was then arrested again after the girl died and given no bond. Guthrie's wife made a tearful appeal, asking the judge to release her so that they could grieve together. In a statement presented to the court on behalf of the child's father, Assistant State Attorney Cameron French pushed back.
She died because of Amanda's selfishness, negligence, and irresponsibility of a mother. The actions of Amanda were 1,000% preventable. Amanda made this bed, and now she needs to lay in it the rest of her life.
Nobody feels worse than Miss Guthrie. So if the police were questioning her and asking her and saying things like, well, this was poor parenting, wasn't it? You were negligent, weren't you? Well, of course she was going to answer those questions that way, because that's the way that she felt.
Now, late today, the judge set her bond at $200,000. She would be placed under house arrest and required to wear an ankle monitor.